Hello everybody and welcome to another Nephilim Builds. Today we're going to learn to pick up girls in a dungeon as Cranel from Danmachi. As always, keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with the ability scores. We'll start by putting the 15 into Charisma. The sheer amount of gods that are thirsty for him is ridiculous. Up next is the 14 in Dexterity. He's pretty fast. We'll put the 13 into Constitution. Did you see that Asterius fight? He can take a hit. After that is the 12 in Strength, and then the 10 in Intelligence. He's pretty strong, but everything else is more important, and he's pretty average in Intelligence. Lastly, we'll dump Wisdom. He was raised by Zeus. Do I have to say more? Now for race, you might think he was an Aasimar, but turns out Zeus was only his adopted grandfather, meaning he's just human. We'll take Variant Human though, putting our +1s into Charisma and Constitution. We'll take Acrobatics for our skill, and we'll take the Magic Initiate feat to get Firebolt from Sorcerer, as well as Prestidigitation and Comprehend Languages, which you should never use. We also get Common and one other language. Let's go with Celestial. Hestia would totally use language lessons as an excuse to flirt. We're also going to make a custom background since none of them really work. We'll take Athletics and Perception as our skills, and we'll take both Draconic and Elvish for languages. Now it's time for class, and this might surprise you. You see, the way adventurers work in Danmachi is that you basically enter into a pact with the god of your choice, becoming part of their familia. That, by definition, makes Bel a celestial warlock. We'll get proficiency in wisdom and charisma saving throws, take history and religion for our skills, and we'll also be proficient in light armor and simple weapons. At level 1 we get healing light, just pretend these are potions or something. At level 2 we get our invocations, and at level 3 we get Pact Boon. Since Hestia literally gifts Bel with the Hestia knife, we'll take Pact of the Blade. At level 4 we get an ability score improvement, which we'll put into Dexterity, and level 5 is where we'll stop. For our invocations, we'll take Beguiling Influence for proficiency in Persuasion and Deception, improved Pact Weapon, and finally Eldritch Smite. But you can call it Argonaut. Now don't worry, we're not actually done. Next we're going to multiclass to Fighter, getting proficiency with medium armor, shields, and all weapons. From level 1 we get Second Wind and our fighting style, taking 2-weapon fighting. And at level 2 we get Action Surge. At level 3 we get our martial archetype, and we're going to take Champion for improved critical. This will make it easier to hit that Eldritch Smite crit for a real Argonaut smack. Lastly, at level 4 we get another ability score improvement, which we'll use to take the Lucky Feat instead. Now start fishing for crits. We're going to be stopping here, which means we finally have our modifiers. Now it's time to talk spells for a character who canonically only casts one spell that we already have. I'm going to be honest, I strongly considered hand-waving this section since you should really only be using your spell slots for smites, but I decided that the honest thing to do would be to buckle down and get creative. So that's what I'll do. As a warlock, our spellcasting ability is Charisma. Our spell save DC is 15, and our spell attack modifier is +7. We get Sacred Flame for free from Celestial Warlock, and we have 3 more cantrips to choose from. We'll take Blade Ward, Friends, and True Strike, because seriously, you won't be using these. As a level 5 Warlock, we have 2 3rd-level spell slots and 6 spells to choose from. We'll take Cure Wounds from Celestial, just pretend it's more health potions. Hellish Rebuke can be a reflavored retaliatory firebolt, and Expeditious Retreat can help you get places fast. He does have an invisibility cloak, so invisibility works, and we'll take Charm Person and Suggestion because most people have a hard time telling him no. Back to the main sheet, we'll have the Hestia knife, which is obviously a +1 dagger with improved Pact Weapon. He also has Hakugen, which is basically another +1 dagger. We'll also give him a breastplate for an AC of 16. His movement speed is 30, and his average HP is 70 with 5d8 and 4d10 hit dice. And with that, we are done. And now I'm going to take the time to defend some of my choices here. First of all, why Warlock? Because by the definition of what a D&D Warlock is, Bel would be one. So would every other adventurer in Danmachi. I also wanted Eldritch Smite as a limited source of extra damage to serve as Argonaut. Second, why not Rogue? Sneak attack would work well for Argonaut, right? Maybe, but I feel like it comes out too frequently. Also, Bel just isn't a rogue. Yeah, he dual wields daggers, but he's always up in the middle of the fight where a rogue doesn't want to be. And yes, he occasionally sneaks, but so does every other class. Third, if I wanted a smite, why not Paladin? Because he just isn't a Paladin. Yes, he serves as goddess, but there's more to a Paladin than that. Also, Argonaut just doesn't feel like it would do radiant damage, though if you feel differently, Searing Smite could be a half-decent Argo Vesta. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments, and I'll see you all next week when I make Spyro the Dragon.